Today I'm gonna film a tag video because I think it's always around this time of year I kind of start to procrastinate a lot. Anytime when it's getting near exams or if I have a load of assignments, any kind of work to do at college, I tend to just make videos, which is good in a way, bad in other ways. So yeah, I just filmed a look for this makeup. So I don't know if that's going to be up before this or after, but anyways. Yeah, so as you do when you're procrastinating, I was like on YouTube and I was looking at the Persian Babes channel and she had a tag video up, 15 questions one, so I decided I might as well just do that to pass my time. Yeah, so I'll just get started. It's really random questions. Most people probably don't like watching these, but if you do, you do. I don't know, maybe you like knowing about me because I'm just such an interesting person. Anyways, the first question is, what do you think you can do but can't? I like to sing in the shower a lot, so I probably think I can sing. Not in the kind of sense where I try out for X Factor and make a fool out of myself, because I'm not even going to attempt to sing on this, obviously. I like to think I can sing, but I can't really. And probably the same with cooking. I probably could. I've tried to cook in I cooked a vegetarian lasagna before, and I just almost burned the kitchen down. But the lasagna turned out okay. But I just, in the process of trying to cook it, I nearly probably killed everyone in my house. So yeah, that's probably something I can do. Think I can do, but can't. What is a difficult word for you to pronounce? I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at pronunciation. Probably, you know, sometimes when you're saying a bit of a tongue twister, that's probably the only time well, not the only time, but if you're speaking fast, which I tend to do anyways, I probably have difficulty pronouncing some words. But English, yeah, I'm pretty good at speaking English, I think. What is a favourite TV show from your childhood? When I was very young, very young, being primary school, I remember I used to watch this cartoon called Little Bear, and I really liked that, and I still probably would like to watch it again. Cool. What else? When I was older, I used to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I think that was probably my favourite. Keaton and Kel used to wreck my head. I used to watch it, but it would kind of frustrate me because I can't watch things where like Jackass and stuff, where I know something bad's going to happen and I'm just kind of feel like shouting at the TV. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? Stop! But yeah, so I just tried to kind of avoid those kind of shows, and that's why they annoy me. But I did like Sabrina the Teenage Witch anyways. That's kind of it. I did like other ones, but that was definitely my favourite. What are your virtues and vices? My vice is probably that I'm quite impatient with people, or I'm impatient in general. I hate waiting for stuff, if my internet's slow or if something's taken long to do, I hate waiting in queues. I get really agitated and annoyed. And I was trying to help my brothers with their homework. I wouldn't be good at teaching children at all because I'm just like, why don't you understand it? It's so simple. So yeah, probably very impatient. My virtues, I'm really honest. I kind of have this rule where if, say, okay, my friends had asked me for advice on clothes, and I just kind of prefer them to go out looking nice than to lie to them and say, oh no, that outfit's really nice on you, if it's not flattering. If someone asked me, I wouldn't compliment someone if I didn't like what they were wearing. I just wouldn't do it. I don't compliment people for the sake of it. If I actually really like what someone's wearing, or I don't know, if they did something cool, and then I'd compliment them, but I wouldn't do it just for the sake of being a lick ass or anything, because I just don't like when people do that. I just prefer to be honest, and yeah, it's just it really. What's more important, love, fame, power, or money? The obvious one is obviously love. So I mean, I just think people are going to pick that regardless because they don't want to sound like an asshole. So yeah, I'll so if you had to pick between fame, power or money, I'd probably pick money, because I could just buy a load of stuff. Like as people know from watching this channel, I have like a problem with buying makeup, so I'd probably just spend all my money on clothes and makeup, which is not really, like, in a way it's a bit stupid, but yeah, I'd like money, lots of it. It would make me happy. I know it doesn't bring happiness, but to a certain extent it does. If you had to, if you could live in any era or time period, when would it be and why? I would, without doubt, pick the Tudor era, because I am obsessed with Anne Boleyn. I am honestly in love with her. I have a girl crush on her. I think a lot of people have girl crushes on like Beyonce and, I don't know, like Rihanna. I love Anne Boleyn. I first got into her from reading The Other Boleyn Girl, which I really recommend to people, because like I got my friends to read it who don't read books and they love it. Like it's not really hardcore history. It's a really interesting story about like how she became King Henry's wife. So I don't know, I'd recommend to read it, and that's how I got into like all about her. And then I did my history project on her, and I watched the Tudor series, my history project for the Leaving Cert, which was 2 years ago. Yeah, so that's probably why I like her. I'd love to go back and just be like to Henry, I'm like, bitch, stop being so mean to Anne. Like, I mean, he just basically beheaded all of his wives, and well, like most of them. He's just an asshat. So yeah, even though in a way I wouldn't really go back then, I don't want to sound like I'm gonna burn my bra. Like I am like a hardcore feminist, but I am in a certain extent. I just believe in like equal rights and stuff. And back then, like, you know, women had no rights basically. You know, like they were married off to men, you know, for like certain reasons, like financial reasons, and it wasn't nice, especially if you were in the hierarchy. So I'd only go back just to see Anne and talk to her. If you had to redo your entire wardrobe with 2 stories, what would they be and why? Probably, if I had to pick an internet one, I'd pick ASOS. And if I had to pick, or Boohoo, I like that, but ASOS, yeah, they have really nice dresses. And then Topshop or West Selfridge or River Island. I can't choose between the 3. I really can't. Although I think Topshop is really extortionately priced. I can't justify spending my money in there anymore, really, so I haven't bought anything from Topshop in ages, except for jewellery. Earrings in Topshop recently. This is kind of random, but they're so beautiful. They're just these feathers. Yeah, so the most thing I buy in Topshop is jewellery. I know people are always saying, oh, you can get the same ones in Pennies, and I know you can a lot of the time, but I don't think you'd ever get a pair that are that detailed. Like, they're just so pretty. So I do spend my money on jewellery for like these kind of items, because they really are gorgeous. And like Pennies just never has the same, I don't know, like detail. And like if you have feather earrings, they'd only ever be like 2 feathers rather than like a load of them or whatever. Anyways, can you recall what you're doing a year ago on this day? Probably doing this. Well, no, I wasn't making videos this time last year. Probably just procrastinating, like doing nothing. That's what I do best. Yeah. Do you have recurring dreams? If so, explain. I don't have like a particular dream. I have a lot, but I do get that where I'm like paralyzed in my sleep. I could be asleep for like hours, or I could be asleep for just say like 10 minutes, and it's like, I don't know, there's a certain name for it and I can't remember what it is, but it's like when you're asleep and then your brain wakes up but your body's still in sleep mode, so you can't move your body, and I don't know, it's like this, you get paranoid or something, you're still slightly dreaming. So sometimes I think, if I'm sleeping on my side, I think that there's someone behind me and that there's like about to kill me, or there's people in my room and they're like trying to hurt me, and I'm just sitting there, like I'm lying there and I can't move. I'm really trying to move, but I can't, and I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up, and in my head, it is actually really scary, and that's the only kind of reoccurring dream thing I have ever. Yeah, so that's horrible. What's your horoscope? I'm a Leo, so yeah. What does your dream bedroom look like? I used to be obsessed with bedrooms from like American TV shows. So I'm happy with my room the way it is now. I should probably do like a room tour, but it's really messy, so no. Like I always used to watch what was it called? 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, and I used to love the bedrooms in that. And I don't know, they always used to look so nice or something. I don't know, there was something about them, and I always wanted my room to look like that. But I actually really like my room now. It used to be like pink carpet, pink wallpaper, curtains, bed, everything, and it wasn't really me at all. So I recently got it, well, last January I got it done up, and now it's like a grey carpet. And position do you sleep in? I always start off going to sleep on my right hand side, and then just before I go to sleep I turn over to my left, which is really weird, but I always sleep on my side. I hate sleeping like front down because like your back goes in, it really hurts. Who is your favourite vampire of all time? I watch True Blood and I watch The Vampire Diaries, and I did watch Twilight and all them, but like I read the books, I thought they were good at the time, but yeah, I wouldn't really have a favourite vampire from them. But if I had to choose from each TV show, I'd probably pick Eric from True Blood and Damon from Vampire Diaries because he's a hot tamale. What are you currently wearing on your feet? I'm wearing fluffy socks, so they're really attractive, and pink pants. Okay, because well, I'm at home, so I look like a state. Do you have neat handwriting? Show us. I just wrote that today. Someone said before in school to me that my writing looked like someone in play school, because I do like these big gaps between each letter. It's just a disaster, really. My mom hates my writing as well. My mom's really pretty girl writing, but I kind of have boy writing. But yeah, that's just it. Yeah, so thanks for watching. That's really it. So thanks for watching, and